is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario here. And usually this is why I say this is that time of year again. It's time for patch notes. But this snuck up on me. I honestly didn't think we were that deep into the season. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Maybe it's because I haven't been playing too much tank and I've been playing a lot of DPS this season. This season just kind of blew by. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it is patch notes time. So basically we're in the mid-season patch already. All right, we have the Overwatch Transformers collaboration, which I talked about in the video yesterday. So we know which characters from each series are getting skins. There's a little bit of lore tied to it too that's involved in a comic book. It's actually kind of cool, but I'm more of a Beast Wars fan. I think my generation grew up with Beast Wars, and by the time we came along as kids, the OG cartoon was old. And so we kind of grew up with Beast Wars. So I was hoping we would get a Beast Wars thing, but G1 Transformers are more widely known. They're the ones in the movies. So it is what it is. So, of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me on twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video, tweet, share my video, tweet, and I'll shout you out at this portion of the video. All right, we're going to get on into it. So, I'm going to touch quickly on the collaboration. So, of course, it says join the epic battle between the Autobots and the Decepticons with Optimus Prime as Reinhardt, Megatron as Ramatra as Megatron. I think you should switch that around. Bastion as Bumblebee, and RC as Alari as RC. Pick up these limited time skins in the in-game premium shop today. You can also play now through July 22nd to collect new player icons, name cards, titles, and a series of limited time challenges to show your allegiance to the Autobots or the Decepticons. I kind of wish they did like a couple more skins, like, because it's kind of crazy. Decepticons only have one, which is just Megatron, like no Starscream, no Soundwave. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know why they put RC in there, because like I said in one of the videos I did on this, they kind of need like a female character. They can't leave out the female characters, but there's only like one or two female Transformers. Of course, you know, Reinhardt is Optimus, that's perfect. And Bumblebee as Bastion works. So, you know, but you know what we're here for? We're here for the patch notes, all right? Because they have some more stuff talking about the summer games, which, you know, Lucio Ball's coming back, which is pretty good. Here is one thing we should definitely look at. We have general updates. So general updates here, they're introducing a player survey. So this is actually kind of interesting. It says after a match is done, you may occasionally be invited to participate in a web-based survey that you can complete on PC or using your mobile device by scanning the QR code. This is your chance to let us know how you've been enjoying Overwatch 2 and help identify areas where we can improve. How much you want to bet 6v6 is going to be on this survey? And a whole bunch of scummy people. Well, maybe not scummy people. I shouldn't say it. They're probably not terrible people. I just disagree with them. A whole bunch of people are going to be like, oh yeah, 6v6, man, 6v6. I don't want to go back to 6v6, but it's going to be interesting, though. So it looks like they're trying to see ways they can help make the game better. I don't know if this was a Microsoft initiative or what, but at least they're trying. So they're trying to see what's going on. I just don't trust the community to lead them in the right direction. All right, so we have a general hero update. So armor flat damage reduction increased from 5 to 10 per projectile. Developer comments that the armor changes have had a positive impact on which heroes and damage types are slowed down by armor health. We're increasing the damage reduction on it further to widen the pool of heroes that significantly are affected by armor defense. So that's kind of crazy. So that's a buff. That's a tank buff. That's a tank buff right there. Because most of the heroes that have armor are tanks, with the exception of like Brigitte and like Torbjorn. You know. So now we get to the good stuff. We get to the patch notes. So tanks. So they updated the tank role passive. So ultimate generation reduction increased from 30% to 40%. So now you get less alt charge for killing tanks or damaging tanks. I wonder, does this affect health too? I'm kind of curious. Do you get less alt charge for healing a tank as well, or is it just damage? Of course, the knockback resistance was reduced from 50 to 40%, which this kind of sucks. I mean, but I can kind of understand why. If they're going to give tanks other buffs, they kind of need to balance them out. Because even though I would love to play a freaking Giga buff tank, I can understand why they wouldn't want to do that, because, you know, there are other, you know, roles in the game that want to play, so it's fine. So first off, we have D.Va. So, defense matrix maximum duration increased from 3 to 3.5 seconds. Woo! We getting closer to 4 seconds to DM? You know what I'm saying? Micro missiles explosion damage increased from 4 to 5.5. Ooh. Yeah, that's going for Pharah. that's a Pharah buff right there. That's an anti-Pharah buff right there. So that's crazy. So the maximum duration of defense matrix was increased by half a second by reducing the rate at which the resource meter drains when in use, so it won't take longer to regenerate. The increased damage on micro missiles will help her ability to feel relatively more impactful against larger health pools. So they're helping D.Va against tanks, which, I mean, I don't really think that's a necessary thing. I mean, because D.Va is mostly flying into the enemy team, going after squishies, fighting Pharahs in the sky, you know, going after snipers. She's not really for fighting other tanks, but it's okay. Doomfist. So, the best defense. So I guess he gets a passive now. So, overhealth gained per target increased from 35 to 40. So, that's like, if he hits his ability, he gains more overhealth. Okay. Delay before overhealth begins to drain increased from 1 to 3 seconds. Oh, no. All right, Doomfist is one of the Furious Five, all right, and of the metal ranks. Okay, I called them the Furious Five because if you buff these heroes, you break the metal ranks. All right, it's Doomfist, Reaper, Junkrat, Symmetra, and Pharah. These are the 5 heroes. If you buff these heroes, you break the metal ranks every time. So now we got buffed up Doomfist. Most of Doomfist's survivability is through his excellent mobility, but this boost to his passive overhealth generation will enable him to stay in the fight longer before disengaging, especially when hitting multiple targets with his abilities. So, yeah. All right, buff Doomfist. Here we go. So next up, we have Junker Queen. So it says her commanding shout over health is increased from 150 to 175, and adrenaline rush wound damage self-healing multiplier increased from 2 to 2.5. So essentially, the healing that she gets from doing her wound damage with her knife or with the axe is increased. So this is basically to keep her alive a little bit longer, which I actually think is a pretty good idea. So the developer comments say that Junker Queen is relatively small and fast for a tank hero, so commanding shout doesn't need a ton of bonus health to be effective. The increased wound healing better rewards her for managing to hit her abilities. So basically, if you hit your stuff well, you get that nice overhealth. But it also helps sustain her, because one of the things about playing Junker Queen is that you are playing all in. All right, there's no shields, there's nothing that can protect you other than the overhealth from Shout, which goes away, and the heal damage you get from Adrenaline Rush. So you need that sustain. All right, that's her only sustain other than Shout. So that works. Malga. So they buffed Malga.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
I don't know about this one. So overrun knockback damage increased from 25 to 30. So basically his the smack. Okay, so when you get hit by it, so if he's running and he smacks into you, that does more damage. The stomp damage increase. Also the stomp does more too. So he just does more damage all around with this. Okay, that's fun. Cardiac overdrive duration reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. Ooh. Okay. All right. Lifesteal increased from, oh no, from 60 to 100. Oh, they give it and they take it away. Okay. Damage reduction increased from 30 to 40. Allies now receive only half the lifesteal damage reduction effect value. Okay, this is interesting. All right, because Malga needed a nerf just outright. He didn't even really need a buff. He just needed a straight nerf. So making the cardiac overdrive last less is a good thing. Personally, I think what they need to do is just make it cancelable. All right, make it something that I can counter. Okay, because that's all it really needs is counterplay. Like let my DPS be able to hack him out of it, or let me be able to hit him with a spinning a javelin and take him out of the daggone thing. If I can cancel it, it's counterplay to it. This way it makes him have to think. But now just reducing the time, I guess, kind of works. But they increased the lifesteal, which is, whoo, that's crazy, man. 100% lifesteal, dog. That means for that 3 seconds, that man is gonna be unstoppable, bro. He gonna be a raid boss for 3 seconds. Orisa. So Orisa, let's see what we got here. Duration increased to 45 for 3. Oh no! From 3.5 to 4, we're going back to 4-second fortify. Bro, no. Okay. Fortify. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Damn, they were already good, so I don't think that we needed to buff them, Orisa and Malga, but okay. I don't hate Orisa as much as a lot of other people do, because I understand having that pocket tank that if it gets bad, you can switch to. But I think she was fine where she was. Ramatra. So Ramatra. Let's see. Nemesis form. Boost armor from 225 to 300. And boost the pummel damage from 60 to 65. So, all right, he got a little bit of an armor buff from his Nemesis form, and it increased his pummel. Nothing in his regular form though. So, okay. The pummel damage adjustment is notable, and it reduces the number of punches required to knock out 250 HP hero. What about a Malga that has 100% lifesteal? Can we knock him out? You know what I'm saying? All right, here's where it really matters. Here's where it really matters, people. Reinhardt. So, all right, barrier health. Maximum health increase from 1400 to 1600. Huge. Barrier regeneration increase from 140 to 160. Also kind of huge. Charge wall impact now goes back up to 300 HP. So basically he has 300 HP charge now. So you can kill things like Torbjorns, Maze, freaking Reapers, stuff like that now with the charge. So, I think you might be able to kill tanks too. Well, it depends. I was thinking like if the charge is like nano, I guess the damage. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but one of the core design goals for Reinhardt is to be that the hero that shields his team. In the past, we've reduced the barrier health significantly in order to improve other offensive aspects of his kit to better fit the fast-paced gameplay of Overwatch 2, but perhaps it was too much. We still want to avoid barriers feeling mandatory due to how useful they can be and keep tank diversity and health level at a healthy level. However, this patch, looking at the tank role in particular, we're increasing Reinhardt's barrier health again. So this helps Reinhardt close the gap. So, you know, put the shield up, close the gap, get close, start swinging. I think this is pretty good. Roadhog. So, Roadhog. So, Pigpen area damage after activating increased from 30 to 45 damage. Recovery time reduced from 0.5 seconds to 0.4 seconds. Okay. Cooldown now begins immediately when used after a short delay. So basically, when you throw Pigpen out there, the cooldown immediately starts. So theoretically, you could technically use 2 Pigpens, because if you think about it, if you throw out a Pigpen and then the cooldown timer expires, right? It fills out. And then somebody triggers that Pigpen, you can technically throw another Pigpen down somewhere else. Sigma, okay, let's see what they gave my boy. Everybody, this is Tank Christmas. Let's see what they gave my boy, okay? Let's see, accretion impact damage increased from 40 to 80, so it's 120 total damage. Does this give him back his one shot is the question. I think about that. That's interesting. So Winton. So the Tesla cannon secondary fire time reduced from 1 second to 0.85 seconds, and primal rage maximum health increased from 500 to 700. So Winston is one of the top performing tanks at the moment, probably in Korea. Though when considering how satisfying the individual abilities within his kit are, the Tesla cannon secondary fire was underwhelming for how long it took to charge. So it'll now take a little bit, it'll now feel a little bit more fluid. We also want Primal Rage Mode Winston to be killable, but adding some health to it will help avoid some extreme situations where it can happen too quickly. So basically, if you go in and try to Primal Rage and get burned down by a Bastion or get blown up by, Malga or something crazy like that, that won't happen now. At least it won't happen as quickly now, So this kind of gives him counterplay to some of the stuff that he didn't have counterplay to, which is minigun heroes, big damage heroes like Bastion and Malga. So this works. Let's see, Ball. As if Ball needed anything. I think Ball was just fine. I played against Ball last night. I was like, bruh, why is this man sweating this hard in this game, bro? Like, that is crazy. So, Wrecking Ball. The quad cannon's automatic reload time transform reduced from 2 to 1.6 seconds. So, his reload time was reduced a little bit so he can kind of reload quicker. And the adaptive shield overhealth ratio increased by 50%. So use up to 50% overhealth per target to grant allies 75 HP. So this kind of broke. All right, this already kind of broke. So that means that basically you can give your team up to 75% extra HP. So just imagine this, all right? Imagine somebody is playing a Ball dive, right? So they're playing like Ball Tracer, Ball Genji, maybe they're doing like Ball Sombra, something like that. Dive, right? And now the Tracer, the Gigio, the Sombra have an additional 75 health. Bro, man, that's gonna be crazy, man. If anybody ever truly learns how to play ball in the metal ranks and y'all start playing that, that's gonna be crazy. Zarya, okay, another one of my favorites. All right, let's see what they got here. So, particle barrier health increase from 200 to 225. Duration increase from 2 to 2.5 seconds. We going back to season 1 Zarya, baby. Overwatch 2 season 1 Zarya. Oh, is it like season 2? Whatever season that Hanbin was a demon in the Overwatch League. All right, whatever season that was happening, that's what we going back to. I think it was season 1 or 2. So yeah. Projected barrier health increase from 200 to 225. So basically the same thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We about to burn it down. We about to burn it down with Zarya, cuz. Developer comments increase the health of these barriers. Also means the total energy Zarya can gain per barrier is increased. So this boosts to both her offensive and defensive capabilities. So this is good. All right, because I mean, technically, with some of the stuff that they have going now, like the dive heroes, the Malga, Zarya is a pretty good counter to that. All right, because if you've got ball tracer diving your backline, guess what? Bubble. You know what I'm saying? Bubble that person, and then y'all get back there to try to kill them. You know what I'm saying? Keeps that support alive, gives you some attack, you know, some power to try to kill them and makes them repeat their process again. You know, oh, you going up against a Malga? It might not be the best choice, but Zarya kind of works. All right, because Zarya, you know what I'm saying, bubble, you know, can absorb all his damage, which makes him either stop shooting, which stops his life steal, you know, or he gonna keep shooting and power you up and get burnt down. Especially now that his cardiac overdrive is shorter. And look, the bubble almost outlasts the cardiac overdrive. It's only a half a second. It's only a half a second between when the bubble ends and the cardiac ends. So if you time it right, you might have bubble after, well, he'll damage the bubble will pop, but theoretically, if you time it right, you can have bubble after cardiac overdrive ends. If you time it right. Theoretically. Alright, so DPS. So, let's see. So the damage roll passive. Now only half is effective against tank heroes dealing 10% health reduction. So I said this like back when they first started to nerf it. I was like, just make it half. Honestly, you can make all negative effects half. You know, you can make nade half, you can make Junker Queen bleed half. This way, tanks just feel tanky. Because in my opinion, the main problem with tanks is that you just die too quickly. All right, that's me. I think tanks, as far as balance, are fine. They just die too fast. They don't feel like tanks. They feel like big DPS. So, Ashe, Bob now gains the tank roll passive. Whoo! Bob's got tank passive now? Oh no. That means it's gonna be harder to kill him. It's gonna be harder to boop him. Oh, that's kind of crazy. So Bob is a tank now. So okay. Yep. See, I was working on the tier list, the Metal Rank Mofos tier list before I realized, oh snap, it's freaking mid-season already. Ashe was kind of high on the tier list. She gonna be S rank now. That's what it is. Cassidy. All right, so Peacemaker primary fire fall off damage rescaled from 25 to 35 meters to 20 to 30 meters. So this is kind of a good and a bad thing, because a lot of people were using Cassidy to try to counter Pharah, you know. But now I guess now you might not need that, because I think they probably nerf Pharah, hopefully into the earth. So any nerf to him, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. All right. So the time we have all been waiting for Pharah nerfs, okay? Before I get into this, look, Pharah, if you've been playing in the metal ranks, Pharah has been the bane of your existence, bro. All right, I'll be honest. Okay, playing Pharah sucks. Playing against Pharah sucks. All right, Pharah is so strong. Last night, all right, I actually picked up Pharah and played Pharah, and we won. I haven't played Pharah since, God, what, season 3, 5, something like that. It's been a long time, okay, since I have played Pharah. All right, it got to the point where I said, look, I'm gonna have to pick up Pharah. If he's gonna go Pharah, I'm gonna go Pharah too. And guess what? We won. W's. Okay? That's how bad Pharah is. All right, Pharah is crazy. All right, because Pharah is hard to hit. You know what I'm saying? She's got good, she's got incredible damage. She's got maneuverability. Bruh. So let's see what they did to Pharah. Okay. So concussion blast, explosion damage reduced from 30 to 0. Okay, that's good. I don't think boops should do damage anyway. Explosion knockback radius increased from 6 to 8 meters. So you made it more effective. Knockback increased by 11. So basically, there's no nerf here. This is not a nerf. All right, this just takes her damage. This takes away some of her damage, which, okay, that's fine. But the thing that you needed to do is you needed to either take away her boop altogether or reduce her health. All right, make her like 200, like Widowmaker. She should be a glass cannon. All right, she should be a glass cannon like Widowmaker. Because her mobility is so high, her health pool does not need to be that high, okay? Because she already can move around and avoid damage. She's already in the freaking sky. She doesn't need to be a 250, 225 HP hero in the sky. Just make her a 200, 175 HP hero. Boom, it's done. GG's, we're good. All right, it's easier to kill her. You can kill her quicker before she has a chance to double tap you with the freaking Quake rockets that she's raining down from the sky. Okay? Let's continue on. So, let's see. We got Ana. Supports. Are we in the supports already? Okay, so it's only those 3 DPS. Okay. Alright, well, supports. Ana. So, a sleep dart duration effect on tank heroes decreased from 3.5 to 3 seconds. Okay. That's good. That's good. Now, what you should do is just cut it in half. All right? Instead of, take it back to the 4 seconds and then make it 2 seconds on tanks. That's what you probably should do. Ilari. So, healing pylon. Allies no longer see destroyed UI when healing pylon breaks. Okay, is this like a bug fix? Like, I mean, I think this is a good. I think it was a good thing that you could tell when the pylon was broken. Because if you don't get the audio cue for some reason, you wouldn't know the pylon was broken unless you saw the destroyed thing. But okay, Zenyatta. So, ultimate cost decreased by 10%. We're reducing the cost of Transcendence as Zenyatta was impacted more than most by some of the changes in this patch. How so? I'm curious. How was Zenyatta impacted the most? Oh, your patch notes, Zenyatta most affected. Like, what? Okay. I mean, this is pretty good. Well, I guess since Zenyatta kind of does a lot of damage to tanks, I see what they're saying here. Zenyatta is known for discording and focusing on tanks. So if he can't really get that much alt charge off of damaging tanks anymore, he would need to get it from somewhere else. So, okay. I get it. I take that back. I get it. So far, I think this is interesting. The patch notes are interesting. I think they're pretty good as far as the tanks go. I don't think we needed a Malga buff. I don't think we needed an Orisa buff. I don't think the Pharah buff was enough. So other than that, I think we good. We golden. I'm gonna get in and play some games now because I was working on the tier list, but now that we got buffs now, I guess I got to start over. So it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.